on 14, and this is just an expanded one that, like we did in number 3, but I kind of want to give you an idea of what one should look like. I think that would be very helpful because they're not very intuitive, which means it's not a well-designed template. But this honestly is what hand-inputted data used to look like. I used to work in an inventory control department, and the Cardex, as we used to call it, was about 50 foot long and 4 foot high, and we had over 2,600 piece parts that we all put in just like this to keep track of the cost. We had 2 people running it at all times, so that's all now been replaced with a wonderful computer, but you still need to know how to do it. So what they're asking is that you figure FIFO, LIFO, and average cost for the scenarios they're giving you. So the first thing they tell you is they had a sale on October 3rd, 44 units. You don't really have to worry about the unit sale price at this point in time because you're more concerned with cost. So when you sell something, you have to figure your cost of goods sold. So in October, you sold 44 of these, and the unit cost they gave you 54 at 39, which would go right here, with a total cost of 2106. Okay, so we've got it set up. You sold 44. They cost $39 each. So you had a total cost of $1716. Now what do you do from here? Well, this is first in, first out, so this is our first layer. Okay? So we subtract this. How many do I have left? I've got 10 left at 39, and that means at right now my inventory stands at $390. Boom. This is my first layer of inventory. My cost of goods sold, if I had to report it right now, would be the 1,716. On October 2nd, they bought 84. So when you buy 84, the unit cost was $44, and the total cost of that layer is $3,696. Okay, you do nothing with the cost of goods sold because you haven't sold it yet, but this has to move over to inventory on hand. Since you're doing first in, first out, you've got to keep this in layers so you know which was first in. And then below, you would, do 84 at 44, and you would have 2 layers now of inventory cost, 3696. And you see how that works. Then on the 21st, you sold some more, and you sold a total of 74. But you're using FIFO. So first of all, you've got to go to your first layer right here. So you sold that layer out in total at 39. And then you need to take 74 out of this layer. So you have 74 at 44. So that would be your amounts then would be, by multiplying that out, would be here and 2816. Now you've got to bring this down. You've got to get this up to date. So how many do you have left? Oh, this is supposed to be 64. I'm so sorry. You got to watch that, teacher. So how many's left? I now have 20 at 44 left. And how much is my inventory worth? Well, if I multiply 20 times 44, I find my inventory is worth $880. October 30th, you purchased more. And you will handle that one just like you did this. 14 at 48 at a cost of $6.72. So now you're going to bring this 20 layer down into here. So you have 20 here with its cost, and you have 14 here with its cost. So, and that's FIFO. Now, the only difference for LIFO is going to be, instead of taking out of course, this is your first layer. So LIFO is going to be, that's your first layer. But when you get down into here, instead of taking out of the top layer, you take out of the bottom layer and work your way up. You're going to do the same thing here with average cost. But with average cost, you're only going to need one layer, right? So you're going to be averaging things. Let's do one so that you understand how that plays out. Again, this is the average. We start with 54 at 39 and total cost of 2,106. There you go. Then on October 3rd, your cost of goods sold, you sell it, right? So you have 44 at 39, and that cost of goods sold is 17.16. So now you have obviously 10 left at $39 or $390. Now this is where things are a little bit different when you buy. So you bought 84 at 44 for $36.96. Now what you have to do before you can do anything else is you add the total cost here and this total cost and divide by the total number here plus this number. So you would be dividing 94 into this total cost to come up with an average unit cost of 43.47. And you'll only have one layer here. So you're going to have 94 times this 43 to give you a total inventory cost of 4,086. And you continue that down. But whenever you purchase, you have to add here to here and then divide by the quantity on hand to get the unit cost. And you will complete that out. You're going to sell some, and then you're going to purchase some more. And when you get all done with this, then they're going to start asking you questions about FIFO, LIFO, and average. You're going to find your numbers right here across the bottom of each of these units. And then you can compare which one gives you the most, I think, realistic net income or cost of goods sold. In requirement 5, they ask you to compute the gross margin, and that's where the original selling price becomes important. So you'll have to go back up to the little graph in the assignment sheet to get that quantity or to get that selling price. And there are two different selling prices, so make sure you grab onto that. And then finally, when you look at exercise 15, this is a replay of what we were talking about, the effects of ending inventory. They've overstated and understated ending inventory. All you have to do for this is adjust what you find in the assignment. They say that they have understated ending inventory by 8,000. Well, it shows 23, so you're going to increase that to 31 and plug that in here. And you're also going to change the one for 2012 because they have overstated it. So it would be 21 in 2012. Then you're going to take all the numbers that you have on the assignment sheet and put them in and hopefully come up with these net incomes. I've left these in for check figures. And then you're going to look at what has happened to net income. Again, this is a very concrete activity, so make sure you do it on paper first so that you can understand and see the differences. And then this concludes the inventory part. Good work. We'll see you in the next session in session 7. Is it session 7? I think it is. Or, yeah, in session 7. Thank you. Have a good one.